I have made one single chart for goods. We will see that. Listen, easy guys, easy actually. Very small topic. Section 12 of CGST Act talks about time of supply of goods. Subsection 1 is just like an heading. It is telling the liability to pay tax on goods shall arise at the time of supply as determined in terms of the provisions of this section. Similar like heading. Yes, sir. Coming to 12 subsection 2. Earlier of the following dates is a time of supply, guys. Earlier of the following dates. What is it? Date of issue of invoice or due date of issue of invoice. Date of issue of invoice or due date of issue of invoice. Sir, due date of issue of invoice is what? It is given in section 31. I have mentioned it here itself. What is the due date to issue invoice? Supply involves movement of goods are yes. Then on or before the goods are removed from supplier's place. Sir, no sir, it doesn't have any movement. Maybe recipient is going to supplier's place and buying it. In that case, on or before the goods are delivered. Guys, please don't get confused with this. We have already discussed movement to no movement and all. That is for what? Place of supply. That is different. Here we are deciding what? Time of supply. But time of supply depends on what? Due date to issue invoice. And we are referring to which section? 31. Continuous supply of goods means supplier is continuously supplying the goods to the recipient on or like every day, day in, day out like that. In that case, will they issue invoice and get the money every day? May not be. Maybe once in a while, once in a week, once in 10 days, once in a month like that. On or before the issuance of each statement of account or payment is received. Because normally supplier will issue a statement that what and all he has supplied. Assume once in a 10 days and recipient will make payment. So we have to take the date on which account statement is given or the payment is received. Normally whichever is earlier. If both are given, take whichever is earlier, guys. Then goods are supplied on approval for sale or return basis. In that case, if sale is made, at the time of sale, invoice has to be issued. Sir, I have supplied goods to the recipient. I have given more than 6 months time for him to accept it or reject it. You may give how much ever time you want. In the GST, they are telling at the end of 6 months, it is considered as supply. Sir, he has not yet accepted, sir. No problem. At the end of 6 months, for GST purpose, it is deemed to be supply. Okay. On or before the time of supply or 6 months from the date of removal of goods, whichever is earlier. See, by chance, if question is silent, go with this. Okay. See, question only if it specify about C and D, go with it. If not, check whether there is movement or no movement and accordingly apply the provision. Accordingly apply the provision. And when you see the question, you will get an idea whether there is movement or no movement, guys. Okay, sir. Guys, previously, even date of payment was there here. Date of payment was there here, but they removed it by way of notification. As on today, date of payment is not. Now listen, I have received some advance from you for the goods to be supplied in the next 3 months. Am I supposed to pay tax on the advance? No. Only when I supply, issue the invoice, I am liable to pay GST. So if any advance is received for the goods to be supplied in future, GST is not applicable on advance. But when actually supply is made and invoice is issued, GST is liable. GST is liable. So you can just write no tax on advance for goods. Okay, sir. Next, if it is one special case, two special cases there. In case of specified actionable claims and composition suppliers, the supplier is liable to pay tax at the time of receipt of payment. The supplier is liable to pay tax at what time? Receipt of payment. Invoice, so due date of invoice doesn't matter for them. Doesn't matter for them, guys. Yes, so please be careful. Under subsection 2, where forward charge is applicable, date of payment is not there, guys. Next, under reverse charge mechanism. Guys, under reverse charge mechanism, who is liable to pay tax? Hello, recipient. So when you are learning subsection 2, you always study from supplier's point of view. Subsection 3 from recipient point of view. Easy to remember, guys. RCM is covered in which section? 9353 of 93 of CGST Act, 53 of IGST Act. Even subsection 4 also talks about it, but only few cases, real estate and all. So here also subsection 3. Easy to remember, RCM, clear, recipient. So 9394 or 5354 talks about RCM. So here also it is covered in subsection 3. Okay, here you have to think from whose point of view? Recipient point of view. Earlier of the following dates is the time of supply, date of receipt of goods, or 31st day from the date of issue of invoice, or date of payment. Guys, listen. Recipient, will receive goods? Yes, take that date. Or who will issue invoice? Supplier. But supplier date we don't take it. 31st day. In the law they have given like this. Date immediately following 30 days from the date of invoice, which means 31st day. 31st day you have to take. Okay, sir. Then date of payment. Now guys, come on. Think from whose point of view? Recipient point of view. Recipient is making payment or receiving payment? Making payment. So in his bank account, it will be debited or credited? Will be debited or credited? Debited. You got the answer. So date of payment means what? The date of payment is earlier of date of debit in the bank account of the recipient and the date of recording the payment in the books of accounts by the recipient. Simple. The date on which the bank account is debited to the recipient or the date on which you will record to bank. You will record payment entry na to bank. Debit anything, let it be. To bank you will record or to cash that day. Whichever is earlier, guys. Sometimes in the question only straight away they will only give date of payment. Straight away take it. Don't worry. Which is earlier? Which is later? Why? Only when they give both, take whichever is earlier. Okay, sir. Hope you guys got it. Okay, so when you are deciding the time of supply from RCM point of view, who are you? Recipient. Date on which you receive the goods, 31st day from the date of invoice. Sir, why not date of invoice? You are not the one who are issuing, na? At least some gap should be given to you. What is that gap? 31st day. Okay. Date of payment. The date on whatever date you make the payment or the record the payment, whichever is earlier. Next, voucher. Guys, when there is a sale of voucher or coupon, which you can use to buy any goods, at the time of sale of voucher, if supply is identifiable, means I know exactly for what purpose this voucher can be used. Then what is the time of supply? Date of issue of voucher. No, sir, this voucher can be used for anything, sir, anything to be purchased, sir. We don't know exactly for what purpose it will be used at the time of issue. So what would be the time of supply? Date of redemption. Date of redemption. Assume guys, I sold voucher for you for 500 rupees. You can use it to buy pizza in Domino's Pizza, whose registered name is called Jubilant Foodworks. Now, at the time of sale of voucher itself, I know for what purpose you will use it. What is the time of supply? Date of issue. Date of issue of voucher. Next, I sold a voucher to you for 1000 rupees, which you can use to buy anything under in shopper stop, which you can use to buy anything in shopper stop. Now, do I know for what purpose you will use? No, I have only given right for you to buy anything in shopper stop. In that case, what would be the time of supply? Date of redemption. That is the date on which you use the voucher. Okay, yes. 12.4. Next, residual cases. Guys, assume you are not able to determine the time of supply as per subsection 2, subsection 3 or subsection 4. Only then go to subsection 5. Don't straight away jump to subsection 5. Subsection 5 is residuary case. When 2, 3, 4 is not possible. So what is it? Where periodical return is to be filed. Then whatever is the due date to file return is the time of supply. Sir, no sir, I am not filing the return. Then whatever date you pay the GST is the time of supply. Worst case government has provided. Means this they have put only to procure themselves. Now if I tell, sir, I have supplied something, but I am not able to determine time of supply as per any of this section, then government will come and tell, I operate this section. Operate subsection, fine. Next, if there is any addition in the value of supply by way of interest, late fee or penalty, section 12, subsection 6, IPLO, not Indian Premier League, interest, penalty or late fee. So if there is any addition in the value, then what is the time of supply? The date I have received. Guys, listen. I supplied goods for you for 1 lakh. I gave 1 month time for you. I issued invoice for you for 1 lakh. For that, what is the time of supply? We will assume forward charge. We will decide as per 12.2. So for 1 lakh, I will decide time of supply as per what? 12 subsection 2. There is also condition between you and me. If you don't pay within 1 month, you have to pay 10,000 extra. Interest to late fee penalty, something. You have to pay 10,000 extra. You delayed the payment and now I am charging 10,000 extra. So for 10,000, where will I decide the time of supply? As per subsection 6, guys. As per subsection 6. Now I have collected totally 1,10,000 for you. So for 1 lakh, time of supply will be decided separately. For 10,000, time of supply will be decided separately. So for 10,000, what is the time of supply? The date I received it. The date I received it. Listen. One tricky point here. One tricky point. Normally, when supplier charge, who is charging this to whom? Supplier to recipient. See, sometimes students get confused there also. Sir, interest, penalty and late fee means government is charging. No. That is not covered here. Who is charging to whom? Supplier to recipient. Why? For delay in payment. For delay in payment. So date of receipt is the time of supply. But normally, what is the industry practices? Whereas recipient will pay only 10,000. Will he pay 10,000 plus GST? No. So what we consider is 10,000 as inclusive of GST and do reverse calculation. Reverse calculation. That is for section 15 purpose, but I am explaining now only. Value of supply. Sir, how do I calculate value of supply for this 10,000? Assume GST rate applicable is 18%, guys. So I will calculate divided by 118 into 100. This is value of supply. Sir, if I want to calculate GST amount, how, sir? 10,000 divided by 118 into 18. Assuming GST rate as 18%. Clear? Only for IPL, if question is silent, you can assume it to be inclusive of GST. Or if they only given inclusive of GST, accordingly take. Sir, can I take it in another way? Can I consider exclusive of GST and give a note for it? Yes, but I suggest, especially when GST rate and all is mentioned in the question, they are hinting you that you have to consider it inclusive. Yeah, and in your answer, consider as inclusive. Maybe in the note you can tell, we can consider it as exclusive of GST also. We can consider it as exclusive of GST also. Or in the question, if they're specifically given inclusive or exclusive, please follow the same. Please follow the same. If question is silent, while solving the question, take it as inclusive of GST and do reverse calculation. Just give a note telling it can be considered as exclusive of GST also. Clear? Yes. So this you can just mention read with section 15 because section 15 talks about value of supply. Value of supply. If you want me to tell the section clause also 15 to D. 15 to D. Delay in payment. There is a delay in payment for which our supplier is charging what? Hello? IPL. Interest, penalty or late fee. Got it? Yes. So this is with respect to time of supply for goods, guys.